how to tweak your ladder of inference for better decisions. Instantly improve your decisions. In this video, you will learn a mental model called Ladder of Inference that will transform your decision making skills. It will take your ability to assess a decision making situation to a new level. Have you ever made a decision and regretted it later on? Have you ever decided when you were furious and found out later on that you were absolutely in the wrong and had to live with the consequences of poor choices? The concept in this video is compelling and scientific and can give you a competitive edge. The only condition is that you must practice it. Please watch the video from start to end as I build on the scenario. Towards the end, I will provide you a step-by-step process of applying this mental model. Hi, I'm Sarit Tagore. Welcome to another episode. Let's start with a quote. You install an internal reinforcing loop which short circuits reality and puts you in trouble because of your half-baked knowledge. I want to take you down memory lane when I was a bachelor, hardly 2021, living in Dubai and working for an aviation company. I had met a girl I liked and she also reciprocated my interest. So finally we decided to go on a date to Jabal Hafid, a mountain region on the border of United Arab Emirates and Oman. The drive and the mountain view are spectacular. We had planned to see the sunrise together and leave Dubai at 4 a.m. in the morning for the mountains. I started thinking of happiness. As agreed, I gave her a wake-up call at 3:30 a.m. Unfortunately, I got a voicemail. I waited with a dull look of disappointment that she might call me back. I called her again in 5 minutes, but still no response. I called again at regular intervals until 4 a.m. before throwing in the towel. After bearing the disappointment bravely, the clouds of anger started shooting up. I started venting in discordant murmurs. Made me wake up for nothing. She is irresponsible, thoughtless, and inconsiderate. Someone I cannot trust. At least she could have called to inform me. I didn't know whether to be furious at her playing me false or delighted to escape her. I continued to pay attention to her not showing up. After sunrise at 8 o'clock, my friend called me back and said, quote, "This morning was a disaster. I received a call from another friend who had an accident. I rushed to the hospital. I left my phone at home and could not remember your number. When I returned, I saw your missed calls." Unquote. I sighed with relief for not leaving any voicemail for her. So, what can you learn from this experience? Short circuit. There is a tendency to select the information that conforms to your beliefs to draw conclusions. As your beliefs become increasingly rigid, the chosen data becomes a minor part of the reality. You install an internal reinforcing loop which short circuits reality and puts you in trouble because of your half-baked knowledge. Your ability to draw fast conclusions rests on unqualified observations. Your wrong decisions can immensely impact your personal and professional relationships. As these thoughts follow one after the other, you are climbing an imaginary ladder of inference so deftly that you do not even notice it happening. The ladder of inference is a mental model that explains how we make consecutive and untested interpretations from selected observations and respond based on incorrect facts. Here is how the ladder of inference looks like for me, I have modified the original model to simplify it for ease of understanding. Level 1. Observation. No response despite calls. I am selecting data based on my observation. Level 2. Interpretation. She is irresponsible. I am now interpreting the data. Do you see that? Level 3. The conclusion cannot be trusted. Notice how I'm concluding. And now we go to level 4, which is our decision. Never going to call her back. I have finally decided to take action based on my conclusion. Step 4 is decision making. Do you recognize that these conclusions are resting on unverified reasoning? Recognition, as the name indicates, is a change from ignorance to knowledge. Slowing down crowded mercurial emotions in a situation like this is not easy, especially when the conclusions are self-evident. I get it. You miss opportunities to test your findings before deciding. Finally, you regret your decisions. You may even miss out on a great prospect. Can you adjust the focus to a business environment now? The friend can be your boss, a subordinate, a project manager, or a peer. Your conclusions may appear sound, but you miss the chance to verify your inferences. So, what's the solution? Just slow down on your ladder of inference. Improve your communication. You can't exist without assigning meaning or drawing conclusions. I understand that, but you can undoubtedly improve your communications. How? 3 simple steps to improve your communication. Step 1. Reflect. Become more aware of your thinking and reasoning. That's it. Step 2. Correct. Make your thinking and reasoning more visible and correct your observations and interpretations. Step 3. Probe. Inquire others about their thinking and reasoning. I will combine reflect, correct, and probe as if I'm going into a conversation with my friend. Let's put this into practice by analyzing my scenario. How could I have responded differently in the given situation? I'm going into a conversation now with my friend. Quote, I want to share something with you. When I could not catch you this morning, I wondered whether you had forgotten our date or decided to ignore me. Reflecting. From these thoughts, I doubted whether I could trust you. Do these thoughts make sense to you? Correcting my assumptions. Could you let me know your view of the situation and what you are thinking? Probing, inquiring, or thinking. The ladder of inference is an essential model for decision making. Successful use of this allows us to develop a greater consciousness of our thought processes by revealing the steps in our reasoning. A crucial cognitive skill is to perfect the instrument of ladder of inference by adding meaning, context, and verification from conversations and events. The ladder of inference demonstrates both the power and danger of that ability. We cannot differentiate our inferences from observations and those based on facts. Please hit the like button if you are finding value in this video. So, the next time you are in a complex emotional decision-making conflict, take a step back and advance slowly on the ladder of inference. Unveil the data, reasoning, and concerns so the other person can better understand your thought process. It can empower you to impact your work and personal relationships positively. Let me summarize the key points. We all tend to select the information that conforms to our beliefs to draw conclusions. As your beliefs become increasingly rigid, the chosen data becomes a minor part of reality and leads to poor decisions. We cannot differentiate between inferences from observations and those based on facts. There are 4 steps in how you short-circuit your mind and arrive at a decision, observation, inference, conclusion, and decision. But if you slow down on this ladder, you do not engage in that short circuit. You can apply the ladder of inference to business and personal decision making. When you slow down on the ladder of inference, you put yourself in a better position to make smarter decisions. You can exploit the power of ladder of inference by improving your communication, which involves 3 steps: reflect, correct, and probe. Please watch this video again and become more aware of your ladder of inference. Let me know in the comments how you applied this model. Let's build our decision making skills together. Bye for now. Subscribe to my channel and share this video with a friend. See you next time.